Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Well, we're on July 10th-ish, I think, and it's quite a pleasant day here in the west of Scotland. We're not getting the heat wave that the south of England is getting, but it's quite a pleasant day. And I've got some veg to harvest, which I'm looking forward to, so that I can make some food with some lovely homegrown produce. Okay, this is a pot of Casablanca. I put 4 in here, and this would be beginning of April. I've not put a date on it, quite conveniently. So the beginning of April, 4 Casablanca into this 25-litre pot. The leaves are looking a little bit peely-wally, a bit sort of yellowish, so they're done, I think. Or lacking in nutrients is the other possibility, but I think they're just over. So we'll see what we've got. So Casablanca is a first early. This is the 10th-ish of July, so it should have had enough time. Let's get digging. Okay. Couple of nice ones to start. There's one of the seed potatoes. So they're not huge, but they are, you know, they are new potatoes. They are first earlies, so you want them a reasonable size. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Don't want them too big. Looks like I've got quite a nice little harvest, actually. I sound surprised. There's another seed. Another seed here, I think. Yeah, there's one. There's the 4th one. In case people are wondering why, when we harvest potatoes, we're quite particular about going through the compost with a fine tooth comb. It's so that we find any little potatoes that could potentially grow into potato plants when the compost is used again, and then you end up having a volunteer potato plant in the middle of your whatever else you're trying to grow. Volunteers are quite nice sometimes, but if you're trying to grow like onions like I am this year in one of my beds and I've got a volunteer potato coming out, it sort of ruins the crop that you're trying to grow. or it can do anyway. So you do have to be careful when you're looking through to find little minuscule potatoes, and you sometimes come across decent sized ones as well, because they hide very well. Another one. I think I probably got them. Oh, maybe not. I think I saw one there. Oh, I've lost it again. Where's the one? There we go. I'm quite happy with that. Not a blemish on these potatoes at all, which is one of the great things about growing them in pots, I find. And there's no slug damage, no nothing. Perfect looking first early potatoes. Okay, this is a 25-ish litre pot of Casablanca. 2 seed potatoes in this one. And this was, the potatoes were put in beginning of April and we're now sort of 10th-ish of July. So I've just harvested the same size of pot that had 4 seed potatoes in, that was sown at exactly the same time. So it'll be interesting to see how this compares. There's only 2 seed potatoes in here, so I'm anticipating the potatoes being slightly larger and less of a harvest, because larger because the potatoes have more space to grow. But I don't know. We shall see. I better just go and see why this chicken is shouting an alarm call. What is it, Ems? All right. Have you lost your pals? I better just go and see. What is it? What is it? Your pals are down the bottom. Come on, down again. I can't see them. They're round there. That's it. Righty tighty. Let's see what we get. It's a bit wet actually. Okay, well, looks like the potatoes are going to be the same size as the last lot, but small actually. Right, well that's a turn up for the books, because that's probably about half the size of the harvest I got with the 4 seed potatoes, which figures, but I think these are smaller. Let's just look. So here, let's just see if we can see. That way. Dum-de-dum. Right, there's the potatoes from the 4 seed potatoes in a 25 litre pot. Quite nice. And there are the seed potatoes from the, there are the potatoes from the 2 seed potatoes in a 25 litre pot. let's just pop them next door to one another. So yeah. Oh, they're all rolling together. That's not going to work. But yeah, I'm happier with the 4-seed potatoes in a pot, I have to say. These are really nice size. But we have a nice crop of first earlies. I've got more to come, but that's all I'm going to harvest today. I don't need to harvest any more for now. There's a few little ones that I will just dispose of because they're too small to even bother cooking with. But in the main, they're going to be fab. Right, it's about time I got these broad beans harvested, or at least some of them. Okay, I think that'll do from this plant. I've got another one, or these plants I should say. I've got another one, but that's quite a nice bunch of broad beans. Oh, right. That'll do for now. So yeah, happy with that little harvest, or reasonable harvest of broad beans. None of my plants have got any sign of black fly at all. Starting to die back a bit at the top, but I think that's maybe my watering. So yeah, really happy with broad beans. Let's see what else I can harvest. Right. So in this raised bed, I've got some white turnips, some beetroot, which has been crowded out by the white turnips, and 3 rows of carrots. So I'm going to harvest some of the turnips, and I'm going to thin out the carrots, I think. So let's have a look. So there's a nice turnip. Might be a little bit big. Let's just pop that in there. I'll give the turnip leaves to the chickens. There we go. Another one. I might be one more. The smaller these are, the sweeter they are generally, but I didn't quite get to them in time. I think they're a little bit big, but they should be fine. So is that all I'm going to harvest, do you think? Oh, darn, I've harvested 2. Never mind. So that's sort of the size that I would prefer to harvest them. That's a little bit wee, and the others were a bit big, but nice turnipy smell. So there's some nice turnip. Let's have a look at these carrots. So I've got 3 rows of carrots in here. I've got Purple Sun, Camilla, and Early Nonce 2. Early Nonce 2. They really could do with thinning. I don't know whether the thinnings are going to be big enough to eat, but let's just have a little go. So, is it hard to, some of them are so close together that it's hard to, yeah. Look at these little purple ones, but we do need to get some of these out because they're far too close together. This little bunch, they can just be eaten by chickens or quail or something. Nearly there. I wonder if I could eat that just whole in a little stew. There's another little one, the same. I'm going to put the carrot fly barrier back around this bed once I'm finished, because of course I'll be making lots of lovely smells that carrot fly will be interested in. You know, that way when you're sowing you don't know if you're going to get lots germinating or not, and I did. So I'm really pleased with this morning's harvest. Got some nice Casablanca first early potatoes, some snowball turnip, some Parmesan I should say, broad beans, and then a mix of little carrot thinnings that will be lovely as little baby carrots. So I'm really pleased with what I've harvested today. Can't wait to get cooking. Love to hear what you're harvesting at the moment. Pop something in the comments below, it'd be fantastic to hear. But for now I think that's me. Thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe and follow me in my chicken keeping, quail keeping, beekeeping and gardening journeys. Thanks so much for now. Bye!